Hey Yuri,
Hey, Michael, how's it going, man?
good, thanks.
Cool. So, let's kick it immediately. We don't have much time, and maybe somebody will join. I'll share my screen. Here's the agenda. Thanks a lot for joining. I'll put your already there because I figure
Yeah,
out that
yeah,
you have like a quite amount of PRs, and it was cool that you are joining. So first thing that in a news kind of track, I just got an email today that KGB talk is accepted to open source summit in Vienna in September. I proposed it like single speaker talk, but I guess and I hope if somebody wants to join to dual speak, we can ask gentle organizer to for dual speaking proposal after the CFP review. So I don't want to put the pressure on you, but you, if you're interested, please think about it and let me know. So we can like
yeah.
in a week and week two, so we can contact the organizers upfront if you're keen to do it.
Okay,
So just think about it. That would be cool, I
okay,
guess.
good,
Yeah.
good. I cannot promise anything anyway.
N- Yeah, yeah, I
Uh,
understand.
yeah,
So that's why, like, no pressure. Just let me know.
yeah.
No is also totally fine answer. Okay, so for KGB release, I actually got it from Donovan. Like, we really didn't release for a while, right? I think New Year release was like kind of Christmas release was the last one. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't have any kind of demand or pressure, but now we have, I think, a pretty good chunk of stuff to release, including Azure support and most probably all like associated enhancements. And most it looks like we'll get like a to this section of your latest PRs as a main part of this today's meeting. But I think like we can include like all the maintenance ones in this release, pack them and nicely like let
Yeah,
them out. Uh, Kind of related to might be related to release stuff because scorecard is failing. I'm not sure if it's blocking release. Hopefully not. But anyway, it's kind of not super nice looking. Like the master branch pipeline is failing. It's not a big news. We discussed it several times. We attempted to fix it, but it's not clear what is happening. And I found some hint about cosine and a scorecard version. So some folks in another projects we're hitting it too. So I will play with it. We'll see. Might be a chance to fix it soon. Directly related to release because what we had, like we had this action failing with OLM
mm-hmm.
publishing, and it looks kind of strange because like I unable to find workflow. Meanwhile, we definitely have this workflow at place but that's something to maybe test. If you can review it, Michal, that would be cool. Like we can test it uh, maybe with some release attempt or something like that. The idea here is that instead of like this kind of name-based reference that is apparently is not working anymore, I'm using OLMPR direct file-based reference for this GitHub action. And this is basically referencing to this, right? So pretty straightforward. I hope it will work. I'm not sure why it doesn't work anymore because it used to be, right? With a name style preference, but maybe some regression in a upstream workflow dispatch GitHub action, something like that, because we're updating it with renovate, right? Without like kind of, and then not all of them are executed in a pre-merge pipeline, so we might hit these kind of issues. So yeah, so that's minor, but kind of important for smooth release procedure thing. Uh, Azure DNS support, nice contribution by Nuno from Millennium BCP. And my follow-up, small refactoring and enhancement. So basically, to make it more obvious how to use it, I grouped all the credentials related things under create out secret stanza, and create out secret stanza is enabled. You can use it or you can disable it and just reference the existing secret, right? So this way. So you basically you can bootstrap it if you find this exposure of a client secret as a Helm value, or you just experimenting and you want to look like how the expected secret structure can look for external DNS, and k8gb count chart will basically create it for you. And later on, you can switch to more secure way to propagating the secret. Or if you already have a secret around, you can just reference it. So pretty flexible. Yeah.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
yeah. So basically, after that, we already can claim Azure support after we release this functionality. And yeah, associated automated Helm docs were also created by a nice pipeline. We really have a cool pipeline set in this project. I really like it. A rare project can have this, like, these diverse helpful things all around. So yeah, this is all documented in a Helm chart, so all visible out of the example Helm value as usual. So looks good. So it's hopefully much more obvious for users how to use Azure DNS right now. So they can get into, they have a documentation tutorial, they have an entry point in the doc itself, and they have a chart documentation on its own, so they can play with the values and hopefully provides a nice complete picture. This super cool PR by Andrea. I heard from him that he's playing with a Terra test extension as we asked him to extend the test suite. So currently something is failing, obviously, like it's a new thing. Yeah. So
but it's okay.
Yeah.
Fix that and
yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, totally. I'm really excited about this direction and this PR. And so my high-level plan for release, by the way, so please collaborate with Michal. So I want to get your maintenance PR scene, right? So they're super cool. We can release it like as soon as possible, and we declare Azure support and something else that we have in this release window. Then I actually want to target finally GCP support with external DNS. It shouldn't be rocket science, right? But just to test it and provide minimal documentation. After that, we can release it and say, like, k8gb supports all 3 hyperscalers. And then we can switch to the more, like, futuristic mode with a referencing integration. Everything's possible, right? But I just want to release a stable core that was working for everybody for a real while. So it will be available, and then we can bootstrap to the future to more support. That's good. Cool.
Yeah. I'm basically not against. Now is my turn.
Cool.
Yeah, basically the.
You want to overtake the screen?
No.
No. Okay.
It's okay. The main intention is that we still have open issue. When you change the annotation, reconciliation automatically restarts. And the problem is that we have like 2 sources of truth. We have a GSLB as well as ingress.
Yeah.
And if you in one of them change annotation, reconciliation automatically starts. And there is some process which takes the annotation from the one source and trying to synchronize it with the other source. So you change annotation in ingress and it goes back into the GSLB annotation system, and or vice versa. And it behaves a little bit different based on how you created your GSLB. If you did it directly or super ingress. And that's the issue. It's not one reconciliation. It could be like multiple 14 reconciliations, etc. And the problem is that this thing halts the HDNS because it's still trying to do something and basically is not good. And we have a problem with the rancher still. That the rancher is modifying the annotations and ingresses. And it could happen that HDNS is like a halted. So this is the main reason for my change, and for that I want to put it. I need for myself to like work more comfortable. I need to do all maintenance, bump everything to the newest, bump Go to 122.
Yeah, so create a
Do
like
this,
a
make a
foundation. Yeah,
make a
for work.
foundation
Yeah.
for this to be able to comfortably do the change.
Got it. Cool. Makes
Yeah.
total sense.
So there will come another list of the PRs. The one with this. I mentioned the linter in the discussion in the slide. Go-kart. Yeah. Go-kart.
It's different one, right? So this is linter.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This one because I changed the cube linter. It replaced the CRD. So
yeah, I was quite concerned with this one. So it looks like just descriptions, right? All around,
descriptions,
no
exactly.
breaking changes.
No.
But for example, I need to double check what kind of implications does this one mean. Will the CRD upgrade be smooth? Yes or not? That's something to test, right? We don't know. So like on runtime, long-term running k8gb deployment, so this kind of stuff. I mean, generally CRDs updates are very sensitive thing, right? And so in this case, we are not versioning it, so we can update in the same version, which is just description. So I'm just not 100% sure if it's okay or not.
Yeah, and basically the status at the end.
Yeah. That's also like, I don't know, do we need it or not?
I don't know as well. Maybe also Dinesh should maybe attend this review.
Good
let
point.
him know what do you think about. Yeah, and yeah, I will produce at least next 3 or 4 PRs regarding just to make this foundation, because at the end of the day we have to do it anyway. Because
totally.
we should follow like where the things go. So
yeah, totally agree, and we need to bump all the core things. So here it's actually it's not bumping kubelinter, right? It's bumping controller gen.
Yeah, control gen.
So this is I will fix the title, right?
Yeah,
Is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, true.
Yeah, just to reflect that controller gen is a serious thing, right? So like, that's why I said it.
Yeah. I made a mistake. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries at all. Cool. Thanks a lot for these bounds. That we were definitely lacking in that part, and that's something that we need to do. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. Good. So yeah, there will be at the end. I will be bumping the all the dependencies, which going to be like probably the hardest step. I already did all of this, but I wasn't able to execute the standard test. So that's why I'm split it into the small chunks and to be able to find possible issues.
Got it.
Because there were some changes within the types with the newest Kubernetes API. So
they introduced quite breaking changes. Yeah, that's pretty much why we didn't like super quickly bump them like so easily. So yeah. All right, cool stuff, man. So for these open PRs, I assume the pipelines, as soon as pipelines are green, they're good to merge. Is that correct? Except of the CRD, we need to take a like extra care about this one. Yeah, cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, I want this fake DNS, if you can elaborate on this one. So that it looks cool. That we
the fake DNS is some like utility which is implemented within the k8gb. We use it inside the tests. So once it is in the dependency tree of the tests. It's not compiled into the final binary of k8gb. It's used only
Right.
within the test. Okay. Now, it acts like HDNS or an EDNS, and you can dig that. You know, so you set the particle records, A, TXT, or whatever, and you can do the dig against that. And the problem was that in the test, the k8gb is doing some digging inside, and when the dig is not, when the DNS is not present, it produced the warnings, the red warnings in the logs.
So it was external
yeah,
dig, right? In case of Google DNS.
Yeah, well, we have like this my DNS and doing the exchange, and we like doing the digging from the code itself. But basically, it behaves like a dig. You know? And basically, because the DNS server wasn't present within the unit tests, we have like a full logs of errors. You can see just error. The test pass, because at the end of the day, we are testing something else than responses from the DNS, but the whole tests were full of errors. So once I wrap that into that fake DNS, it retrieves the results, or retrieve like an empty result, but the tests are like not red. You know, the tests are still passing as they did, but you check the test logs, except I think one test which will require like more than just wrap it into the fake DNS, but we can keep that. The result test looks okay, you know, you just see info messages, etc. Which is much better. It's not like a red output.
Yeah, cool stuff. Is it potentially something that can help with where is that one? Not sure if it's labeled with this good first. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. So I think
this one,
yeah.
This is the part of this stuff. Yeah, that's it. We compare like if you can go back to or at the end here, you can see the two lists or the two slices.
Yeah.
And the problem is that test fails because those slices are in different order. We just we just don't compare the values that they are saying. We compare the slice as a string. So it sometimes happened that the result came in different order than expected, and test failed.
Yep.
And that happens time to time. So this is fixed as a part of this fake DNS PR.
That's very cool. So can actually
This is like the first
I can do something like that, right?
Perfect.
Very cool.
And also there was another thing which is raising. One test is just a testing like a standard DNS exchange with a FQDN, and sometimes happens for this FQDN that the 888, I put there like too much 8s. There is one more.
Yeah.
So sometimes happens that you do it from the local host in some machines. It happens that there was like an empty response or timeout. And in case of timeout, the test failed. It happens just sometimes in the test. So yeah, this is fixed as well.
No, it's amazing. Thank you, man. Great job.
Yeah. So I hope that unit test will be more stable, because I think that sometimes happens that
yeah, totally. This weakness will yeah. So it will be
Golang CI 2.1.15.9.1. The thing is that Golang CI with the new version finds more syntactic issues than it used to. So I was fixing those syntactic issues. If you go to the file change Yeah, they came. See here, they came with a DevGuard package or linter inside, and in this DevGuard, it protects you from the importing like some packages which you don't expect to import.
No, some like
So in that,
unintentional import.
yeah, unintentional imports. So for now, I configured that, and if we come with something very new, so with some like a very new package from like a third-party package, the DevGuard will be in conflict. It start to scream, and you have to change the Golang CI YAML configuration and add it here. If it will not work, yeah, if it will not work, and basically we decide that we don't want to have it, we just remove it. You know, it's just part of Golang CI.
Yeah, I see, but but do we need this? So we allowing rules for part of the code base, but for the rest we are excluding it. Is that, am I reading the logic right?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Exactly. So if you decide that you will add some like HTTP library from third party or from crossplane, you know, and start to use it, you will not be able to link it until you
we explicitly enable it, right?
Definitely.
Got it. Yeah, that's cool.
Actually, I still don't know how it will work for us. If we will be satisfied with that and say, okay, that's a good functionality, we want to keep this, or we decide, hey, it's a bullshit, it's just
that's too much.
It's too much. We will simply remove.
Okay, cool. That's very reasonable experiment. Cool stuff. And always green after this fixes in a newer version of Winter.
Yeah.
Amazing. And yeah, mocks, interesting stuff.
Mocks, you can see basically the change is small. The most of the changes are the mock objects which are generated anyway. You know, we never touch them. It's always generated. And basically what I did is if you go to description, to PR description, conversation, click on the first link and open it. Yeah, you see this is public archive. It's deprecated. It's deprecated, but they continue with a new project, which is this Go mock. It's not stable, but they continue on this, you know. So I just swap. The API looks the same. So basically, I just modified the imports and changed the just modify the imports.
Super cool. Can you remind me how we generate that mocks? Is there like a make target?
Make mocks.
Make mocks, right? Yeah. Should be in our super mighty. Mocks. Yeah, I got it. Again.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we inject. At the end, we inject the license.
Nice, smart. Cool. So generate mock files and inject the license into them immediately. And we have so much cool automation, really. I mean, the pipelines around the projects, they deserve a dedicated talk, I guess. Not the project itself, but like all machinery to keep it up. All right.
Yes. Good. So
cool. Thank you so much. So I will review pretty much all of them. This will need a more careful look, and plus another reviewer, right? Dinar, we will ask him to also take a look, and yeah, that's it. Cool. And then after we are done with that, I will target release process. Cool.
Perfect. Good.
All right. So thank you so much, Michael.
See you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Have a great day too. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.